What's up, everybody? I am Crimson Thunder here. Welcome back to part 7 of this Let's Play of Mass Effect, Crimson Thunder style. Apparently, that mod that I ended up using caused a little bit of an desync last time we ended up having, so hopefully this I ended up fixing it so it won't happen again. So, the plan here is to go through some uncharted worlds. And apparently, I hope that I have a little bit of a improved performance because I accidentally had 2 things of the OBS open instead of 2 last time. Relax like there. Let's get a crew's opinion of the last mission.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Well, they know about the stonewalling you've had from the Council.
Yeah, good.
They deserve to know what we're up against.
They're on your side. They're pissed about the resistance we're getting, especially from our side. I'll have a better handle on all of it when my head stops hurting. Another L2 flare-up.
Can't you refit the L3s though?
Ever thought about going back under the knife? Maybe get an upgrade?
No thanks, Commander. One slip and you can't remember your own name. The L2s spike higher anyway. My abilities would drop with pain-free L3s. That'd be a cold day before I turn myself over to a Canadic subsidiary.
Slow round.
I haven't heard anything about Canadics in a while.
Yeah, they quietly disappeared. Broke up into a bunch of little corps after they botched the training on Jump Zero. After first contact, Canadics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Canadics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
I'm sure Canadics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. A real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass to break us if it would turn out a decent biotic. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
Well, you're a hell of a biotic, though. He must have done something right.
Well, I got to where I am because I took initiative. Good or bad, I own that. Pretty much despite Canadics. Anyway, this is ancient stuff. I walked it off a long time ago. I should get back to my duties, Commander. We're here to make history, not rehash it.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I'm glad there aren't many aliens like the Thorian. I don't think my stomach could take it. One of my cousins has an agribusiness. I was thinking of calling him. Maybe he can get some shipments into Pharos. I mean, now that they're cut off from the company.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Okay. See if our AR is okay.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
Well, are you alright?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
Well, we're short-lived, that's why.
We don't have the luxury of time. An Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want.
Not always.
It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what you did during the Blitz. It was a remarkable display of courage and heroism.
Well, you could have asked.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you. To understand what made you into the man you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams.
Well, can't believe she actually does like me, but can't really go hard on it, so. But it's not serious, right?
Williams and I are just friends, nothing more.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
Well, I honestly think that there's gotta be
I'm not interested in you in that way, Liara.
This is very embarrassing for me, Commander. Please, let's talk about something else.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Well, that's kind of awkward. It's just one of those things where it's not that Chief Williams and I are one thing. Anyway, let's go down the deck.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Yeah?
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What about you, though?
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting.
Wow.
I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
And what about Jared?
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
And you went?
It sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was, until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly.
Oh, so like zombies.
I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard?
Oh, really?
I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
Really?
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Taun Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people.
Wow.
He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
But we'll definitely look for it, though.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
Oh, and if that's what you want, we'll do it.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
And Rhett, family armor. And it's going to be at the Argus Row cluster.
Oh, before I go, you said you're serving with Commander Shepard now? We saw him on the news here. He's cute. Later, sis.
Oh, God.
Tell me you didn't hear that.
Sorry.
Afraid I did.
Sorry.
Oh, shoot me now.
Oops.
One of my sisters. That's Sarah, the youngest. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on Family Mail.
I kinda didn't mean to.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
You raised your sisters, huh?
After helping raise them, your sisters still talk to you? Amazing.
Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Your dad was gone.
Sounds like your father wasn't around much. Wasn't your family stationed near him?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
And it seems that you read poetry.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out,
I
he
would
recorded
never
me reading
that.
it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Good piece.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though. So behave.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Of course it's not.
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter. Only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez.
That's where our Ten
Hello, have
Commandments
you
come
people
from.
looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Gotta admire those colonials. That's about the worst place for a colony I've ever seen.
As I was saying in the last video.
Given the option, I'd get the hell out of Dodge.
Yep, I would too.
We'll talk later, Williams.
Looking forward to it, Skipper.
Let's see a check on gas.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with CSEC a while.
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
Anything specific?
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
Disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
Is this common?
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one Elcor diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs. Had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set.
Wow. So they have 4 altogether.
Somebody's making a killing out there.
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
What?
Yeah? Go on.
One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
That's sick.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off.
Ooh.
Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
What?
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
I agree with them.
Well, it's not worth the risk. You pursue the vessel and disable it. That's the best choice.
They sent the military after him, but he got away just the same. Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
It's a tough choice.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
Well, we can certainly do it.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Yes, we will definitely. Now, it seems that this particular one, after that, we get to do the side quest. Looks like we're gonna be doing some of these other stuff. Maybe for Tali, we could do something with the pilgrimage.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Carry on, sir.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
You're feeling better.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Saren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
Oh, don't worry, you will.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
That's a lot of pressure.
It must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage. Something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
And what if we save the galaxy?
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian has ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
So what's the answer?
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with, and he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant, like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, but this is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective... Like what? See you later.
One sec. I want to see about one thing. You might see a little bit of it freeze for a little bit, but just bear with me 1 minute. Okay. Okay, that'll work. Shader's gonna... Alright. So, looks like we're going to be doing a couple of other things too. Kepler Verge. Now let's talk to this.
Looking for supplies?
Officer.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
And we'll sell all this crap that we don't need. And let's see here. We have enough money in order to get this Spectre Master Gear. This is by far one of the best pistols in the game, so we're actually going to use the money we have to buy this. All the other stuff isn't really gonna be helping too much, so we'll take that. So we'll equip the Master Gear. Look at the difference right here. It's a crap ton more accurate, does a lot more damage, and it also fires more shots before overheating. And best of all, you're gonna have 2 upgrades to it instead of 1.
Looking for supplies?
So, speaking of that,
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
let's actually go to buyback and go ahead and get the back with its kinetic stabilizers. We'll actually equip this onto this right now. So we actually learned quite a bit about some people. But most interestingly though, we actually have a couple of other places we can there's a ship we probably can board. So where do I want to go first? Kepler Verge.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the Council. I'll patch it through the comm room.
But before we go here...
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
Good.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
Go ahead.
I'm listening.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
And?
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Okay, but we're not gonna go deal with that right now. Not for quite a while. So now we're gonna get the hell out of Pharaoh. We'll deal with the Hercules later. Now, Kepler Verge. We want to go here. So we will officially depart Pharos.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
How can I help?
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Was anybody hurt?
How many casualties so far?
17 Marines were killed in the simulation exercises. Before we realized what had happened, that's when we contacted you. VI support is critical to our military success. They process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. But as advanced as this thing is at military strategy, it's still just a VI. It's not self-aware, and it's completely disengaged from any networks. That's where you come in. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
All right.
Don't worry, Admiral. I'll take that thing out.
I know Spectres answer the Council, but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
Well, that can wait for now. We are finally going, and this is probably one of the most important ones that we gotta do. So let's go to the local cluster, Sol. So, in case if you haven't noticed already, we're going to the moon. We can also scan Earth. This will unlock a codex. And we won't be able to scan any planets here because this technically is well known to everyone. have no idea that 93,000 people settle on to that. But anyway, the only landable area is the moon, which is Luna. Better than 4.1 million people live here. We gotta take some of this out, so we need some tech. Let's go with Tali, and we also gonna bring Ashley with us. Not sure if Tali's gone into any combat or anything, but she's only good with pistols and shotguns. Other than that, nothing else. We will plan to make her on the moon. And we're going to go to the Alliance training ground. Actually, we have not, so we're going to level her up. Give her the ability to use her pistols. First aid. Ooh. Hacking's going to be extremely useful here. So I think this will be good for now. Race against time. And that'll also occur as time goes on. But right now we got to deal with the rogue VI. And yes, that is Earth. Capital of Luna is Armstrong, named after Neil Armstrong, the first person who landed on the moon in 1960. Alden Lab is a moon base where a lot of some of the armor is actually made. Named after Buzz Aldrin, the second man who has landed on the moon, along with Neil Armstrong. You have to believe that it's been it's almost been 50 years. Before we proceed, we need to destroy these turrets, which can always be repaired later on by the Alliance. But of course, the CI is going to
Redeploying. You lead, I'll follow.
Switch Ashley to the assault rifle because we're going to be in for quite a bit of a fight. See if I can find any better weapons for Tali. We got a couple of shotguns. We got the Firestorm, which I'll actually equip onto her.
Pharos is a habitable world in the Attican Beta. The home world and capital of humanity is entering a new
nation states. Of course, that's one of those things like United States, for example. Let's give her the Stinger because that's a very good pistol. And we'll also give her the Firestorm. We also got another crate. Got a shotgun, a katana. Yeah, but let's stick with what we have for now. It's a little bit better in accuracy.
Enemy sighted.
Enemy sighted. Advanced assault drone. Yeah, I hacked it. Oh, before I forget, let's switch our. Let's take off the. Close quarters combat, let's go to the shotgun. Hell of a lot of damage. And right now we need those against synthetics. And what we're about to do, we're about to get later on, we need full pistols for. Let's get advanced adrenaline burst so she can use it more frequently. And let's also put another thing with the first aid. Alright, that should be all the drones in here. Now to complete the objective here, we need to blow up every single one of these VI conduits. Toxic gas is being ventilated. Let's use a shotgun instead. Okay, so that's good.
Area secured.
Try not to get into the explosion.
Think we got him, Commander.
Yeah, we still got one more tally. Alright, so that's the first of all these conduits.
All targets down.
So now let's head out. We do a quick save here. I'll do a counterclockwise roundabout all the way.
Heading out.
But no, there is going to be poisonous gas that will be in these other bunkers too.
Perimeter clear.
Keep your guard up. The Liberator. Quarian. The Hydra, but let's see. This will be better for her for now, but it's not. It's going to provide more shields. But I also think it's going to be pretty important that she's got all the damage protection. But for now, let's give her get better shields. This is better against biotics and such. Storage locker. Okay, we got Syra rounds. Rail extension. Let's also give her some stuff to do better against some of the other stuff. Let's take out the pistol. Let's take out these. Let's take out these. Okay, that was pretty intense. Alright, there, those guys are taken out.
Area secured.
Let's grab the shotgun and go deal with these other convicts. Now we gotta deal with these barriers.
Perimeter secured.
Now all the rest
All
of
targets down.
now we have to deal with barriers. Second one is offline.
All clear.
Do a quick save here, and we'll take out the last one. Building, and that building over there will be our last one.
Redeploying.
Wrapped out of no stuff. I think the Raptor is better though, because it's a lot more accurate. Though it's gonna do a lot more damage though. But let's actually get that. We'll definitely give this to Ashley. Let's hack the rocket drone. That's actually the more dangerous. Okay.
Area secured.
Area secured. Okay. Additional security drones powering up. Access this data port. Combat drones. Deal with that later. Now be careful here. Hack the rocket drone.
Now.
Okay, now this is the most important part. Now after this shuts down the VI, this is also we get a specialization class. The specialization will replace my base class and my talents in the squad screen. Talent ranks based on your will transfer over to the specialization. Go to a squad. Now we can go with either the Shock Trooper or the Commando. Shock Troopers will have better health, increased damage protection, and improves the immunity or barrier ability, and improves the adrenaline. Or we go with the Commando, precision strikes and rather than brute force. Increases damage with all weapons. I'm gonna go with the Commando because I like to do as much damage as possible. We also get some more. Now we get Commando. So now we're gonna do all we can to max that out. As for Ashley, we're going to go with first aid. We're gonna go advanced overload with
Think we're good, Commander.
And with that, we have completed the Rogue VI. So we are done here on the moon. Now we can go out do our business. The Commandos This is what I like for doing a lot of damage. Shock troopers will be okay, but you get better. All it does is pretty much give you a better damage resistance. And because I prefer to have the more damage, and that's why we're gonna be doing the way we are. So we're gonna grab some Krogan armor, an assault rifle, and a shotgun. So let's now get out of here. And we are done. Let's head back to the Normandy. Alright, the save. This is why Luna is so important when you get the opportunity. So now we're gonna leave Earth, and we're gonna go. So now let's actually board this freighter. Dr. Arhart. So this is what he was talking about earlier. Make sure you actually bring Garrus with you, since he asked you to. And because I don't exactly like what's going to be going on here, I think it's also a good idea to bring Ashley, because she's very good with the combat. And already we have hostiles on the radar. As for Garrus, let's go with our dampening. Although we could have done a little bit better on that, but probably get that next time.
Take cover!
Raffians? Oh, why don't we all switch to the shotgun? Why the hell does this guy have Thoracians on him?
That's it. Bag him and tag him.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from those things.
Commander, that's him. That's Dr. Saleon.
What? My name is Hart. Dr. Hart. Please, get me out of here.
Garrus?
Are you sure it's him?
Positive.
Okay.
There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy! Please, don't let him do this to me.
This is my kill, Garrus.
You're all crazy!
What was that, Shepard?
What do you think?
Never hesitate when you've got the enemy in your sights, Garrus.
Point taken. Well, I guess we're done here.
Well, at least he ain't gonna cause problems again. Oh, it's got some ants too. Yeah. Is there a better way that we could have done this? Find out. Yeah, definitely.
All clear.
Try this one more time.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from those things.
Commander, that's him. That's Dr. Saleon.
What? My name is Hart. Dr. Hart. Please, get me out of here.
Are you sure it's him?
Positive. There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy! Please, don't let him do this to me.
We'll take him in. Drop him off with the military.
But we have him. We can't let him get away. Not again.
Alright.
Put him out of his misery so we can get going.
Gladly. Your days of butchering are over, Doctor.
No! Please! Please!
That was satisfying.
Move out.
Good. Remember that feeling. That's how it should be.
I will, Commander. Well, I guess we're done here.
Guess it didn't. Alright, so that actually was better. Object. Yeah, here's something we kind of should use. This high explosive. Assault training. And we have no renegade points. And there's nothing here. Alright, we're done here. Next, we'll go find the Krogan armor. Alright, let's go to Argus Rogue Cluster. And we can scan the rest of the planet. base somewhere in the Argus Row cluster. Must be in the Hydra system.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
General distress call from the Sacred Angel Medical Transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. An emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing. Life support and emergency transponder. Won't last. Please hurry.
That don't sound right. But we'll go about the level 2 heat hazard. Alright. For now, let's bring Rex and we'll bring Ashley. Okay, so it's a level 2 hazard, so don't return to normal yet. If you manage to get that style, it actually will actually increase your hazard faster than your normal one.
The signal's coming from that downed ship.
Careful, Shepard. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yes, that's no, thing in the trap!
Yeah, there's a trap! Scimitar's terrible. Well, he's got the Firestorm special. It doesn't appear that the base is here, so let's return to the Normandy. And go into the galaxy and see what else we can find. Okay.
minimize my game for a second, so it's gonna freeze up again. Phoenix system. Oh, so it is a. It's going to be unresponsive for a little bit. So stand by. Okay, so now we're going to the Phoenix system. We're not going to go to this Pinnacle station for a while, which is the Pinnacle station's actually DLC for later on. It's not rated very well because of the way it was designed. Here's where we need to land. We're gonna have Rex with us because that we need to, and we'll also bring along Kaidan because we haven't used him for a little while. We'll have the Normandy drop us off. There's a hidden structure down towards the south of us. We haven't used him in a while, so stasis. Throws really important. We have a little bit of damage in the wheel, but nothing that we need to be concerned about right now. I haven't been here before, so let's actually go in. Let's actually toggle this. Our Sting, that's concerned. Let's give him the Stinger 5. This is a really good. It's actually really good. Let's give him the rail extension, and let's actually give him the incendiary rounds because he'll go out and kick the living crap out of people.
This is the place. My armor's here somewhere.
Pistol. Look out! Go!
Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
again.
Go, go! Go, go, go!
That explosive stuff is really awesome.
Flush shields! Enemy is everywhere! Go, go, go!
Okay, we're as far as Rex concerned, let's finish out the shotguns. I think these are going to be close quarters most of the time. As for him, speaking of the bioamps, give this to him.
Ready to move.
His armor is on the upper level, so at least we took out the pirates.
I can't believe my ancestors ever wore this piece of crap, but at least I've got it back.
That's great.
I'm glad we could help you get it back.
I might just be starting to like you, Shepard.
I also got all kinds of stuff here.
No sense standing around.
This assault rifle is really good. So put that to him. Alright, we're done here. Unless there's something over here. Fuel tank. Yeah, this stuff will explode when you shoot it. Alright. I think that's enough for one video, so before we actually do end this video, let's go down below. Try to see what else is going on down there as far as selling all across the stuff next time. Because I have a lot of stuff that I'm not going to be using. So we're going down to the Alliance Requisition Officer.
Looking for supplies?
Yes, I will be.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
We're pretty much officially rich at this point. Next thing I want to buy is this assault rifle. It's a lot better than any of the other stuff I have. Let's also get the shotgun. We're not gonna go into the sniper rifle just yet, but that'll be the next thing I get. This is just way better than what I had previously. This is way better than all the other stuff. So let's talk to the other two.
Shepard.
So, you'd rather be a merc than help your people?
I'm a fighter. It's what I do.
Aren't you at all worried about what will happen to the Krogan?
What the hell do you want me to do about it, Shepard? I'm tired of sticking my ass on the line and getting nothing for it.
So you're just giving up on your people?
I gave up on fighting for a lost cause. I'm not like you, Shepard. I'm no hero. Bottom line, killing for credits simplifies things.
You ever think about helping your people?
I try not to. But there's a lot of Krogan mercs out there. I'm always running into them.
Yes.
Half the time I'm being paid to kill them. But that's just part of the job. You don't get to pick who your enemies are.
How long have you been a merc?
Long enough. I took my first contract right after I left my home system. It's good work if it doesn't kill you.
I get the feeling you enjoy your work.
Sure. You get to see the galaxy on someone else's credits, and most days end with a good fight. I've tried more organized fighting, private armies and such, but it gets too messy. I fight best on my own, or in very small groups. I don't like people relying on me, and I bloody well don't like relying on them.
Okay.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Hey, Skipper. Any interest in a small drink? It's a special occasion.
Sure.
I'm on duty. Have anything without alcohol?
You're always on duty, Shepard. It's Armistice Day, when the First Contact War ended. My family always marks it. Since I'm the only Williams aboard, I thought I'd ask you.
Flattered.
Seems like an odd thing to celebrate. That was 26 years ago.
In our family, it's not really a celebration, more like an obligation. Don't tell me you don't know about my family. My commanders always find out. It's not in my files or something?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm General Williams' granddaughter, the commander of the Shanxi garrison in the war. The only human ever to surrender to an alien race.
I see. That's why you drive yourself so hard.
A Williams has to be better than the best, if only to avoid suspicion. That's what my dad told me the night before he retired. Takes a special kind of thick-headed to march into a job where your family's blacklisted. I did it anyway. I'm not gonna let our name go down with Arnold and Quisling. Granddad deserved better than that.
I should have figured this out myself. I don't know how I can help you, though.
Look at who I am, Shepard. Do you ever hear me ask for help? It's not that bad things don't happen to me. If you stay with me long enough, maybe I'll tell you about some of them. But I deal with them myself. I don't need a shoulder to cry on, a knight to rescue me, or a man to make me happy. This is who I am. I like her. And you better like her too. So, you still interested in me? Baggage and all?
Everyone comes with baggage, Ash. The trick is finding a matched set.
That's awful. Tell me you got that out of a fortune cookie. But hey, once we save the galaxy, maybe the Alliance will get its act together. Start acting like an actual government.
The Alliance isn't perfect, but it does well enough.
Have to disagree with you there, Skipper. Giving aliens the run of our most advanced ship? Kowtowing to the Council?
The Alliance should be able to stand on its own. We can't. Yet. Why not learn from the races who've been standing for the last 1,000 years?
How can you say that, given everything we've seen out here? They're already acting like Saren is our problem, already sicking us on the bear. The Council races will always think of themselves first. It's human nature. We can't afford to trust them, not if the survival of humanity is on the line.
Well, we can work with them.
Ash, you believe in God, an infallible, all-knowing creator with a plan for the universe. You think the diversity of views in the galaxy wasn't part of that?
I don't know what God intends, Shepard. I don't think humans have some divine mandate, if that's what you mean. I don't think we're superior.
We need to learn.
We need to know what to expect out here. We've met aliens who oppose us but don't want to destroy us. Maybe it's an opportunity to learn.
Well, that's... Huh. I guess I never thought of it that way. All big picture, I mean. It doesn't make what happened to Granddad any better, though.
Yeah, the Council didn't do that, though.
What happened to your grandfather shouldn't have happened.
Well, at least somebody knows that. And a Star of Terror recipient, no less. Granddad must love that. I have a feeling things will come to a head soon. But don't worry, Shepard. I'll protect you.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Gotta admire... Given the option.
We'll talk later, Williams.
Looking forward to it, Skipper.
And we got another Codex entry.
The home world, humanity's first contact with an alien race occurred in 2157. The Asari were the first... The Asari were...
Maybe we'll learn something more.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Something bothering you?
It's Saren. I'm starting to wonder whether we'll ever find him. He's always one step ahead of us, and he's got those damn Geth.
Nah, don't worry.
We're getting close, Garrus. We'll find him.
I wish I had your confidence. I just can't stand the thought of him getting away with everything he's done.
He's not going to.
I know you're doing everything you can, and if anyone can catch him, it's you, but if there's anything else I can do to help, anything, just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
I understand your concern, but we'll find him. Just make sure you're ready to go when we do.
Yes, sir. I'll be ready. Can I ask you something, Commander?
Of course.
What is it?
Are you worried that the Council might be protecting Saren? I mean, they were really dragging their heels before. What if we find him, bring him back to the Citadel, and they refuse to act?
I get the feeling this isn't a question. Speak your mind, Garrus.
Well, maybe we shouldn't give them the chance, Commander. In my opinion, Saren's too dangerous to be kept alive. Too much could happen.
Think?
He could escape, or the Council might let him go. If we find him, when we find him, I say we make sure we stop him permanently.
Yeah, we'll see.
It'll depend on the situation. I'm not committing to anything until I've got him in my sights.
Fair enough. Either way, I'm right behind you, Commander.
unlocking some stuff with all the other stuff. Apparently those last missions we did actually did quite a bit. Tali had to say something about it.
It feels like we're getting near the end, doesn't it, Shepard? With Saren, I mean.
Alright, we're getting close.
It won't be much longer. One way or another, it'll all be over soon.
You'll find the conduit before he does. I know you will. You have to. And after this is all over, when my pilgrimage ends and I go back to my own people, I'll be proud to say I was a part of it.
We couldn't have done this without you, Tali.
You've been good to me. A lot of people treat Quarians like second-class citizens. They just want us to go back to our fleet and disappear. But you've treated me just like everyone else on your crew. Like an equal. That means a lot, and it says something about you. Whatever happens, I just want to say thank you for that.
I'm going to miss you when you go back to your own people, Tali.
That won't happen for a while yet. I'll be right here anytime you need me.
I should go.
See you later.
Yeah, nothing special happened here.
Anything you need, Commander?
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
I don't think we're gonna need... Okay, nothing here. Unigel.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
I like talking with you, Liara, no matter what the subject.
Then let us talk about you. Are you okay?
I'm not sleeping well. The visions keep me up at night.
I wish there was something I could do to help you. You need to be at your best, Commander. The crew relies on you for leadership. It can be a heavy burden.
But they're not the problem, though.
I can handle the responsibility of command. But if I don't stop Saren, the entire galaxy gets wiped out.
I'm sorry, Commander. The last thing you need is someone constantly reminding you of how grim things are. Is there anything else you would rather talk about?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
There's nothing else that we can do, so... Joker has to... Joker might have to say. I doubt it.
Yes, Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Commander, next time we touch down, let's try not to park the ship in a colony of mutant zombies. Just thinking out loud here.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the family. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance.
I have to go.
All right, see you.
Okay, so it looks like everything here that I can possibly do right now is good for now. So next time we're going to go on a few more of the Uncharted worlds, then we'll head back to the Citadel for a few other things. So until next time, I'm Crimson Thunder. Have a good day.